Okay. Good morning, children. Today in this
Good
class,
morning, ma'am.
today we are going to start with the new chapter, chapter number 8, Introduction to Trigonometry. Okay, so this period we are going to start with the new chapter, write the heading, Introduction to Trigonometry. It's an important chapter. Okay, it's an important chapter. Introduction to Trigonometry.
Chapter number
8. Chapter number 8. Introduction to Trigonometry. Now listen, children. Okay, look at the word trigonometry. Okay, so this word we can split as trigonometry. Okay, listen. First of all, you listen. Afterwards, we can do. Okay, so first you listen. What is it? Okay, what is meant by trigonometry? Trigonometry. Look at the word trigonometry. If you split this, it will be getting like this. Trigonometry. Tri means
Three.
three sides, isn't it? What is the name of the three-sided polygon?
Triangle.
Triangle. What about gone? Gone. Have you ever heard this word gone?
polygon,
Polygon. What is meant by gun? Polygon. What is the meaning of polygon?
Side.
many sides,
Yes, poly means many. Gun means sides. Poly means many. Gun means sides. So here gun means, okay, here it is sides. Tri means three. Three sides. Metry means measure. Metry means we call it as measure. Metry means we call it as measure. Okay, so three sides and its measure. Three sides and measure means we are going to learn about the triangles. Okay, so we know that in a triangle, if you take a triangle ABC, you have three sides. Three sides are there, three vertices are there, and three angles are there. Is that no? So the relation between the sides and angles of a triangle. Okay, this is a branch of mathematics. It is an important branch of mathematics which deals with the sides and angles. It gives the relation between the sides and angles of a triangle. Okay, so trigonometry means trigonometry. Tri means three, gon means sides, metry means measures. Three sides and its measure. So three sides, a figure with three sides means it is a triangle. So in this chapter, we are going to learn the relation between the sides and angles of a triangle. Before we start with the definitions and all, the importance of trigonometry is vast. It is very vast. Okay, if you go for 11th standard, and if you take any branch of science, if you take physics, chemistry, biology, everywhere, okay, if you take any branch related with science, this trigonometry has its own application. Many applications are there. Even for a movement of an object, suppose an object is moving, so in which angle it will move? So what will be the next position? Everything will be calculated based on this trigonometry. So this year, we are going to learn only the simple basic concepts. Okay, we are going to learn 6 trigonometric ratios. Only that thing we are going to learn. Okay, so based on the angle, how many types of triangles are there? You have discussed this earlier also, isn't it? Based on the angles.
Triangle.
Yes, it is a right angle triangle,
acute angle triangle,
acute angle triangle,
obtuse angle,
obtuse angle triangle. So based on the angle, there are 3 types of triangles. Acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, right angle triangle. So this trigonometry, okay, it deals with ratios and angles. That is, it deals with the sides and angles of any triangle. Okay, it gives the relationship between sides and angles of any triangle. But this year we are going to learn with for right angle triangles. Is it clear? Is it okay? Don't think that trigonometry will be applicable for right angles only. No. This year we learn with for right angle triangles. Okay, it can be applicable for any type of right triangle, but this year we concentrate only with right angle triangle. So what is a right angle triangle? What is a right angle triangle?
A triangle in which one of its angle is 90 degree.
Yes, a triangle in which one of the angle is 90 degree. Okay, a triangle in which one angle is 90 degree. So what is the side opposite to 90 degree called? What is that? Yeah. Side opposite to 90 degree is
Hypotenuse.
hypotenuse. Okay, so now listen children. Okay, so listen. Okay, what is trigonometry? It is the science of relationships between the sides and angles. Yes, Hadiri?
Ma'am, should be right there.
No need to write. First you listen.
Okay.
So what is trigonometry? All these things are there in your textbook. Okay. But you should know this one. If you, okay, you can write the teaching notes. You know, can note down these points if you want. Okay, no need to write the notes. This is for your understanding. You can write the teaching notes. If you want, you can write the definitions and all. Okay, that is, look at here. It is a science that relates with the sides and angles of a right angle triangle. This year, we are going to learn with only with right angles triangle. Now, how to do this? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Suppose you are given a right angle triangle. Suppose we are given with a right angle triangle with angle B 90 degree. Okay, what we know about sum of all these angles? What we know about sum of the
180
angles?
degree.
Angle A plus, angle B plus, angle C is 180 degree. Angle B is already 90. So what can you say about A and C?
A
plus C.
What will be A plus C? 180 minus 90 is 90. So in a right angle triangle, if angle B is 90, surely other two angles will be acute. In a right angle triangle, if you take the angles other than the right angle, surely they will be acute. What is meant by acute? Acute angle?
below
90 degree.
Less than 90. So in a right angle triangle, if you take the angles, okay, other than 90 degree means surely that two angles will be acute. We will not get as obtuse, or we will not get one more 90 degree. If it is happening like that means we will not be able to draw a triangle. It will not satisfy the angle sum property. So in a right angle triangle, we know that sum of angles is 180. Suppose one angle is 90 degree means sum of the other two acute angles will be 90 degree. Okay. Now, suppose angle B is 90. What about the side opposite to AC chords? What about the side opposite to AC chords? Sorry, side opposite to B. What about the side AC?
Hypotenuse.
AC is called the hypotenuse.
Hypo.
It is called the hypotenuse. Okay, now listen. Hereafter, at the vertex A, we mark the angle as A. At the vertex A, we will be marking the angle as A. At the vertex C, we will mark the angle as C. Okay. If suppose I mark the angle triangle as PQR with angle Q 90 degree. Which is the hypotenuse here? Which one will be the hypotenuse? Nas Parveen? In the right angle. PR is the hypotenuse. Okay. At the vertex P, what will be the angle? At P, angle P. There we denote it as angle P. If you take the vertex as R, we denote this as angle R. Okay. Now listen children. Okay, now we are going to learn 6 trigonometric ratios. We are going to learn 6 trigonometric ratios. So before that, once again, let's recall what till now what you have learned. What is trigonometry? What is trigonometry?
3 side.
It is a branch of mathematics. Okay, it is an important branch of mathematics which deals with
Right hand.
sides and angles of a triangle. It may be any type of triangle, but this year we focus on only with right angle triangle. Okay, so what is the use of trigonometry? Where it is used? One important use of trigonometry is it is used to find the heights and distances. Heights and distances. Okay, heights and distances, finding the height. How to find the height of a mountain? How it is calculated? Have you ever thought about it? How about the distance between earth and sun? What about the distance between?
Approximating.
Yes, yes,
Approximating.
approximating, but how will you calculate that approximate value? Okay, again there we use trigonometry. Okay, look at here. Suppose, okay, imagine, suppose this is the mountain. So a person is standing here. We are taking it as a point object from, okay. So this is the horizontal distance. This distance we can calculate. The horizontal distance we can calculate. Okay. Suppose we are having the angle. Suppose we know the angle. Suppose from this point, I view the top of the mountain. From this point, imagine one person is standing here and he is viewing the top. When he views the top, this is the angle formed. So suppose this angle is given and this horizontal distance is given, means using the trigonometric ratios. Using the trigonometric ratios, we can find the height of the mountain. We can find the height of the mountain. Same way only the depth of the sea, width of a river, Okay, suppose a river is flowing. From this point, what we'll do, we will be observing the two sides, two banks of the river. We'll be observing the two banks of the river. Okay, from an aeroplane, imagine, from an aeroplane, we observe the two banks of a river. So, from this point, whenever we view, we can find out the angle here. For measuring this angle, we have one instrument called clinometer. For measuring the angle, there is an instrument called clinometer. Using this clinometer, we can find out the angles. Once we know the angle, okay, this height, okay, this height will be known because when we fly on an aeroplane and all, we can find out at what is the height. This height is known, we can find out what is this length, what is this length. And when we add up, we will be getting the width of the river. So one important application is finding the heights and distances. Important application of trigonometry is finding the heights and distances. Okay. So in order to find the heights and distances, we have to learn trigonometric ratios. We are going to learn 6 trigonometric ratios. So write the heading, trigonometry. Okay, write the side heading, trigonometric ratios. Write the side heading, trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios. So what is a trigonometric ratio? So it is the ratio, listen, it is the ratio between the sides of the triangle and the acute angle. It gives the ratio, it is the ratio of the sides. It is the ratio of the sides of a right triangle. It is the ratio of the sides of a right triangle with respect to its acute angle. For right triangle with respect to its acute angle. With respect to its acute angle only, we will be able to define the trigonometric ratios. Okay, so it is the ratios of the sides of the right triangle with respect to its acute angle. With respect to its acute angle, we can define trigonometric ratios. There are 6 trigonometric ratios. There are 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, There are 6 trigonometric ratios. We are going to learn the ratios one by one. Okay, so now keep it straight, children. So up to
Should
this,
we write this?
yes, you'll write down the notes. Whatever being written, then you write down, note it. So what is trigonometric ratios? It is a ratio of the sides of a right
Ma'am, is
triangle.
this new chapter?
Yes?
Is this new chapter?
Yes, new chapter. 8th chapter. Okay. It is the ratio of the sides.
10th chapter.
Yes?
10th chapter. No, it's 10.
Okay, in your NCRT textbook, it is the 8th book, 8th chapter. Okay, maybe in R.D. Sharma, the chapter may vary.
Ma'am, can you share the screen?
Yes, 1 second, I'll share. Okay, in R.D. Sharma, sometimes the chapter number may vary. In NCRT textbook, it is chapter number 8. Okay, so it is a ratio of sides of a right triangle with respect to its acute angle. With respect to its acute angle. It is the ratio of sides of a right triangle with respect to its acute angle. And there are 6 trigonometric ratios. There are 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, now children, sit straight. We are going to learn the ratios one by one. Okay. Before we learn the ratios, first we should learn few terms here. Suppose we are given a right angle triangle. Suppose we are given with a right angle triangle. The side AC is the hypotenuse. The side AC is the hypotenuse. Now, you take the acute angle A. Now, listen children, with respect to this acute angle A, which is the hypotenuse? Sorry, with respect to angle A, yes, when I fix this angle, I have fixed the angle. For a given triangle, only one hypotenuse will be there. Once you are given a right angle triangle, you can fix it. So now with respect to angle A, I am taking the angle A, fixed with the acute angle A. Now, with respect to this acute angle, point out the sides. With respect to acute angle A, which is the hypotenuse, name the sides.
Hypotenuse will be AC itself.
AC itself,
AC.
hypotenuse will not change. But okay, for a right angle triangle, hypotenuse, it's. What about the opposite side? Which is the opposite side? With respect to A, which is the opposite side?
BC.
Yes, which is the opposite side here? BC. If you fix this angle A, which is the side opposite to it, BC is the opposite side. Which is the adjacent side? What about the adjacent side?
AB.
AB, because already we have fixed as hypotenuse, which is the side left out? AB. So AB is the adjacent side. Note it down children, draw this one. With respect to, if I take the acute angle A, with respect to angle A, hypotenuse will never change. But for a right angle triangle, side opposite to 90 degrees or hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is AC. But look at the opposite side. Opposite side is BC, adjacent side is AB. Now you take the next acute angle triangle, which is the other acute angle triangle we have here. With respect to the acute angle C. With respect to acute angle C. You fix the angle C. Which is the hypotenuse here? Which one is the AC? Hypotenuse is AC. What about the opposite side?
AB.
Opposite side is side opposite to angle C, which is AB. What about the adjacent side?
BC.
BC. So whenever we are given a right angle triangle, we can find out all these things. We are given a right angle triangle means we can fix with respect to an acute angle. With respect to an acute angle, we can fix which is the opposite side, which is the adjacent side. And the hypotenuse is the side opposite to 90 degree. So based on the acute angle, these two sides will change. Opposite side and adjacent side will be changed. But hypotenuse is fixed. Yes. Is it okay? Rizwan, up to this, is it clear how to fix the opposite side and adjacent
Yes,
side
ma'am.
with respect to an acute angle? Arjun? Hein Steve? Hein Steve? Yes. Yes.
And can you show the book?
I'll show. Is there any doubt up to this, children? Lolita? And Mary?
No, ma'am.
And Mary, is it okay? It's an important chapter, children. It's an important chapter. Okay, there are two chapters in trigonometry, introduction and application. This term, for the first term, we have introduction to trigonometry. Application is for the second term.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it okay? Rizwan, you copied it? Aman?
Yes, ma'am.
Now look at the next triangle, children. One more triangle, let's practice. Suppose PQR is a right angle triangle. PQR is a right angle triangle, right angled at Q. Aditya, yes, Krishna. Tell me which are the acute angles here. Which are the acute angles? Aditya, yes, Krishna.
Yes, ma'am.
In right angle triangle, angle Q is 90 degree. Can you name the acute angles?
P, Q,
Q is 90 degree, isn't it? Will it be acute?
no,
No. So then, which are the acute angles?
angle P,
Angle P and
R,
angle R. Okay. Now with respect to angle P, Arjun, tell me which is the side opposite to angle R. Which is the side opposite to angle R? Yes. Can you repeat it? Arjun. Yes, it is PQ. Nirubama, give the hypotenuse. PR, isn't it? It is PR. Melvin, side adjacent to angle R. Side adjacent to angle R. Side adjacent to angle R.
QR.
QR, very good. Yes. Okay. Same way, we can take it with for P. So, which is the side opposite to angle P? Side opposite to angle P. Rosabi? Side opposite to angle P. Rosabi. Angle P is? Yes?
QR.
QR. What about the hypotenuse? John? John Samuel is present? Yes. What about the hypotenuse? Which is the hypotenuse here? John?
PR.
PR. Yes. And Mary? Side adjacent to angle P. Side adjacent to angle P. Side adjacent to angle P is PQ. Yes, correct. It is PQ. Is it clear, children? So whenever we are given a right angle triangle, with respect to acute angles, we can find out which is the opposite side, which is the adjacent side, and which is the hypotenuse. Which one is the hypotenuse? So with respect to the acute angles, we can find out which are the opposite side, which is the adjacent side, and which one is the hypotenuse. Okay, now we are going to define 6 trigonometric ratios. We are going to learn one by one. Okay, so first I am going to draw one common figure. Suppose ABC is a right angled triangle. Right angled at B, this is A and this is C. Okay, I am going to define the first ratio. Listen children, the first ratio we call it as sine of angle A. Look at here, sine of angle A. Sine of angle A, S-I-N-E, sine of angle A. The first ratio is sine of angle A, and we denote simply like this, sine A, S-I-N. We take only the first 3 alphabets, sine A. It is defined as, sine A is defined as, listen children, sine is defined as side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. Side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. Sine of angle A, we denote that as sine A, which is equivalent to side opposite to angle A. So which is the side opposite to angle A? BC by hypotenuse is AC. The first ratio, sine of angle A, is defined as side opposite. This is the definition. What is the definition? Side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. And we denote this as, when we have first 3 letters only will take, we denote this as sine A, S-I-N. Don't read it as sin A, we read it as sine A. Sine of the angle A is side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. Write down this children, write it. The first trigonometric ratio is defined as such.
And do we have to draw that figure?
Yes, based on the figure only we are writing this, okay? Whenever if figure is not there means we don't know how to write AC, BC. From where it came, we will not be knowing, isn't it? So from the figure only we fix the sides. If you change the letters, okay, if you change the name of the triangle as X, Y, Z, accordingly it will change. So the first ratio is sine of angle A. Sine of angle A is defined as side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse, which is equal to BC by AC.
Ma'am, is there definition for sine?
This is the definition, children. Sine of angle A.
And without, if we are not given a figure, how will we understand?
You have to draw the figure. From the figure only we can tell. Sine, okay. If the figure is not given, what you can say? The sine of angle A is defined as from the angle. So first you have to mention which triangle and all. In a triangle only we can define. In triangle ABC, if angle B is 90 degree, then sine of angle A is defined as from the triangle. In the triangle only we will be able to define. So sine of angle A is defined as side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. Now look at the next definition, children. The next definition is second trigonometric ratio is cosine of angle A. Cosine of angle A. And we denote this as cos A. If you take the first 3 letters, we denote this as cos A. What is cos A? Cos A is defined as side adjacent to angle A. side adjacent to angle A by hypotenuse. Side adjacent to angle A by hypotenuse. Cosine of angle A is defined as side adjacent to angle A by hypotenuse. So with respect to angle A, which is the adjacent side?
AB.
AB by the hypotenuse is AC. So sine is defined as side opposite to angle by hypotenuse. Cosine of the angle A, we denote it as cos A. How is cos defined? Side adjacent to angle A by hypotenuse. Okay. Now look at the third one. So up to the second ratio, is it clear, children? Two ratios are there. First one is sine. Till now we have learned two. Total there are 6 trigonometric ratios. The first one is sine of an angle. Sine of acute angle A is defined as side opposite to angle A by hypotenuse. And what about cos, Aditya? Aditya M.
Side adjacent to angle is by hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse. Okay. Now look at the next one. Third ratio we are going to define is. The third ratio we are going to define is. So third one is tangent of angle A. Tangent of angle A. And we denote this as tan A. First 3 letters we take and we denote this as tan A. Tan of angle A is equal to side opposite to angle A by side adjacent to angle A. Side opposite to angle A by side adjacent to angle A. Tan is side opposite to angle A by side adjacent to angle A. So, which is the side opposite to angle A? Which is BC by AB. BC by AB. Tangent of angle A, we denote it as tan A, which is equivalent to side opposite to angle A by side adjacent to angle A, which is equivalent to BC by AB. BC by AB. In other words, listen children, this one tan A, we can write this as sin A by cos A. Tan A we will be writing as sin A by cos A. Is it correct? You check it. When we divide sin by cos, denominator will get cancelled. We get BC by AB. So, one more formula we have here. Tangent of angle A is, we denote it as tan A, which is equivalent to side opposite to angle A by side adjacent to angle A, which is same as sin A by cos A, which is same as sin A by cos A. Okay. Now the next one, fourth one. Next one, the fourth one. The fourth ratio we are going to define is. Fourth one, listen children. The fourth one we are going to define is cosecant of angle A. Cosecant of angle A. Cosecant of angle A. So if you take the first 3 letters, already cos is there, isn't it? So here what we are going to do? We are going to take the first 5 letters. If you take the first 5 letters, we will get cosec A. It is cosec A. What is cosec A? How cosec A is defined? Cosec A is hypotenuse by, this hypotenuse by side opposite to angle A. Hypotenuse by side opposite to angle A. Cosecant of angle A is defined as hypotenuse by side opposite to angle A. Compare it with sine and tell me what is the relation here. What is the relation?
Reciprocal.
It is the reciprocal. So it is 1 by sine A. Cosec A is 1 by sine A. Cosecant of angle A is, we denote it as cosec A, which is hypotenuse by sides opposite to angle A. The next ratio, fifth ratio is, fifth one is secant of angle A. Fourth one is cosecant of angle A. The fifth one is secant of angle A. Secant of angle A. What is secant of angle A? It is CK. Secant of angle A is CK. How will you define CK? CK is defined as hypotenuse by side adjacent to angle A. Hypotenuse by side adjacent to angle A. Hypotenuse by side adjacent to angle A. Hypotenuse by adjacent side. So if you look at there, if you compare it with cos, it is the reciprocal of cos. So CK is the reciprocal of cos. Secant of angle A, we denote it as CK, which is equivalent to hypotenuse by side adjacent to angle A. And the last ratio, sixth ratio is cotangent of angle A. Sixth one is cotangent of angle A. It is denoted as cot A. If you take the first three letters, it is cot. Cot A. What is cot A? Cot A is equal to side adjacent to angle A by side opposite to angle A. Cot A is equal to side adjacent to angle A by side opposite to angle A. Side adjacent to angle A by side opposite to angle A. Now you compare this cotangent with tangent. What is the relation? Cotangent is?
Cos A by sin A.
Yes, it is tan A. We can write this as, very good, it is cos A by sin A. Cot is cos A by sin A. So these are the 6 trigonometric ratios we learned. Sorry. Okay. So the first one we define is sine. Sine is defined as opposite side by hypotenuse. Second one we learn is cosine. We denote it as cos A. Cosine is for cos. Cos A is adjacent by hypotenuse. Tangent of angle A is tan A, and it is sin A by cos A. Tan is sin by cos. Then if you take secant, secant of angle A is, before that you have cosecant. What is cosecant of angle A? We denote that as cosec A. Cosec A is hypotenuse by side opposite to angle A, which is equivalent to 1 by sine. Then secant of angle A is hypotenuse by side adjacent to angle A, which is equivalent to 1 by cos. And cotangent of angle A is cot A, which is same as reciprocal of tan. It is 1 by tan A. 1 by tan A, which is equivalent to cos A by sin A, which is equivalent to cos A by sin A.
Yes, ma'am.
So total there are 6 ratios. Is it okay? Is it clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to learn the 6 ratios thoroughly. If you are thorough with these ratios, you can do all the questions, okay, in this chapter easily. It's an important chapter. It's an important chapter. So you copied up to this, Haya?
Yes, ma'am.
One second, I'll mark the attendance.